Hey guys, what's up? It's Demonic, and this is a nice little chill commentary I got here. It's Domination on Outpost. I'm using the AK-47 Red Dot with, I believe, Blind Eye, Assassin Pro, and Dead Silence, which is my usual setup. But all I've been doing is trying to reach the highest level so I can prestige as fast as I can. And yeah, see, I've been debating whether or not I want to, but yeah, watch this guy own me right here. He got a collateral on us. Wow, that sucked. I got mad there knife, but I think I revenge killing here. I don't remember. But as I said, I'm trying to hit the highest level. But yeah. But today's commentary is gonna be on movies, or more specifically, I should say, recurring themes in like sequels. You know, good sequels. Repetitiveness in movies, that kind of stuff. Because I just recently saw the Pirates of the Caribbean movie on Stranger Tides. I rented, of course, the red box because it came out, and I watched it. And the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are a perfect example of those movies where if you're a hardcore fan, you're gonna enjoy it. But if you're like the kind of guy who gets bored of seeing the same thing, especially after I think this is their fourth or fifth movie or something like that, and they are set up for another one. If you have scrolled through the credits of on Stranger Tides, which I like to do nowadays, you know, I like to scroll through the credits through movies I rent because they usually have a secret ending, especially to all the Marvel comic movies nowadays. In fact, Captain America gave you a sneak peek to the Avengers. Looks pretty cool, but you know, the reason why I'm talking about this topic is that Twilight Breaking Dawn movie came out, and that's been getting a lot of hype. And I have not really. Okay, I know. It's a fact that no guys watch the movie, and I have not seen a majority of them, but I have seen some, and it's not through my pleasure, of course. And I'm being truly serious. It's not because I'm a fan. It's just because my mom drags me along to go see those because she really likes those, so I just go, you know, and I'm usually bored, but I am in any way a fan of the series. I'm more of a Harry Potter kind of guy, but yeah. So now that you guys know the basic topic about what I'm going to be talking about, so some good examples of sequels to movies would be like the Rocky series, you know. Rockies 1 through whatever they have. I think there's like, what, 6 movies, including the remake they had in like 2009 or something. All of those are great examples of sequels, you know, because it's a beloved character. You know, Rocky's a really good, it's got a good story. But, you know, just like any other movie out there, the sequel is never as good as the original. But there are some exceptions to that rule, I guess you could say, like Harry Potter. You know, the sequels probably are better than the original because of the story-wise. But stuff like Iron Man, how they're making a third one, I don't know, like, I guess you could say, and I've heard people say the first one was the best, some people say the second was the best, but, you know, it's all your basic opinion. And some movies, like The Matrix, you know, in my case, those are movies where the sequels did terrible, you know, I mean, review-wise, but in my opinion, I love the movies, so it's all just your basic general opinion. Like, I wish they made sequels for movies like Inception, but, you know, I don't think they can do anything else with the storyline, but I just love Inception so much to the point where I wish they made a sequel, you know. But some movies that grow tiring, that don't need sequels, are stuff like, I don't know, The Expendables, for instance. They're making a second Expendables movie, and the first one was a flop. You know, it had a good cast and all, but it was a total flop. And they're making a sequel out of it, which I don't think it'll get a good fan base. You know, if you're doing comedies like Harold and Kumar, those are hilarious. So are movies like Scary Movie. Those get a good amount of fan base. But, you know, stuff like The Expendables and stuff, they don't really need sequels. You know, I'm also not a big fan of the Fast and the Furious movies. Yeah, they have pretty cool cars in it, but they just don't have good story, you know. I mean, character development is there because you've been with Vin Diesel and Paul Walker through the whole series. But you know, after my favorite character dies in a series of movies, you know, I'm sort of done with that series right there. You know, like Han dies in Tokyo Drift. I never really cared for the story after that, because Tokyo Drift was my favorite one of this series, but I don't know. Some other good cases of sequels would be like Star Wars, especially Lord of the Rings, you know. I mean, it was also written as a book, so I can understand that, but, you know, if there was never meant for there to be a sequel, I don't think they should make one, because it's good if you leave the original. I don't think the same goes with video games, though. Like Call of Duty, they always release new ones, you know, sequels every year, and, you know, they do very good. And in video game cases, the original is never the best, which is a good thing, I guess. But with movies, you know, like, some sequels that I really do enjoy watching are the Marvel comic ones. Like, I think I already mentioned that. But, you know, the Avengers looks really good. So does stuff like, what was it? I know they're making a sequel to, what was it? Well, it's not really a sequel, but they're doing a remake of the Spider-Man movies, and it looks really good too. And another good series of movies are the Batman ones. Oh, look at this guy fake me out, by the way. I thought he wasn't playing, and he just gets me right here. I just hate when people do that. It's better to shoot than to try and knife. But like I said, Christopher Nolan's Batman series are great to see. You know, they're like the summer blockbuster movie to see, and same with Transformers. You know, the story, you know, critic reviews is usually terrible, but they're just fun to see. You know, and I enjoy those kinds of movies where, you know, it's got a pretty understandable story, but you know, if the acting is good to a point where I can handle it and the action is there, I'll watch it. You know, that's what defines a good sequel to me, I guess you could say. If it's got a good story, good amount of action, regardless of what the reviews get, you know, I'm just gonna watch it anyways. Like, Park Chan-wook, or Korean directors, usually do make sequels to their films. But in my case, Park Chan-wook made a sequel to Old Boy, and it was called Sympathy. It was just a whole line of just these revenge films. And I guess you could call them sequels, but they didn't involve the same characters. They were just sort of like, you know, the same theme, but they were all different stories, but in the same line of, I guess you could say, films, and he made it that way. Which brings me to another point, a really quick point. Koreans, yeah, they are very good at making movies. Their cinematography and action is all very different from American movies. And one theme that they are very, very good at is the theme of revenge. And, you know, I'll continue this topic in another video because I don't have enough time in this one. But yeah, the topic or theme of revenge is a very, very, very good theme to tell a story about, especially through cinema, because it is always a satisfying feeling when the movie ends. But with Korean people, it's very different when you think of revenge, because sometimes the main character or protagonist is the one that is getting revenged on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary about sequels and movies. Once again, like I said, this all struck me up. This whole conversation came up after I saw the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, because, I don't know, they're not getting too old, but the ideas are getting all used. My final score is 23-5, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like, go check out the movies that I suggested, and peace.